Well guys, the new ITP wider offset rims are in. So we're going to get these swapped out, pull these off, take them to the tire shop, and yeah, get them out on these rims and put back on here. First things first, you got to go and put the new valve stems in. I got these off of Amazon. They were like a 10 pack for I don't remember, they were cheap, but it was cheaper than paying like $2 a piece at a tire shop for them. There'll be a link in the description to these valve stems. So first get these put in. Some tire shops will not mount tires unless they're the ones that actually put the valve stems in. But tire shop I'm going to doesn't seem to mind. So there we go. Poop. Make damn sure they're all the way in. Otherwise you're going to have a real bad day on the trail. Although these wheels or these tires, they're so freaking hard. I think once they're set good on the bead, I think you could have no air in them, and I don't think they would come off. I think they'd still get you home. Probably wouldn't be the greatest thing on your axle. Alright guys, we're gonna head to the tire shop, get these rims swapped on the other tires, and get them put on and show you what it looks like. Anyhow, we'll be right back. Well guys, the tire shop has got the wheels and tires, and they got, of course, other vehicles ahead of me. So while we're waiting, I figured I'd put the factory tires and rims back on the quad, just let you see what it looks like with the factory tires on it. And there's what it looks like with the little skinny factory tires on it. Yeah. definitely kind of boring. And obviously that's a major difference in traction as well. Ah! Damn it. Epic fail. Oh. So anyhow guys, that's what the bike looks like. With the fender flares, stock height, no lift, no adjustments to preload, with the factory tires on it. Looks like it's got little skinnies off its little brother's bike on it or something. But you definitely would never have any worries about getting mud on you. That's for sure. Definitely would have no worries as far as that goes with these little ones on it. But you definitely wouldn't have the amount of traction you have with these badass son bitches. So anyhow, that's what it looks like that way. Yeah, I'm gonna, here in a bit, hopefully the tires will be done, and then we'll swap it out and you get to see what the final wide stance package looks like. New tires are back from the tire shop. New rims, whatever. Let's get these little teensy things off. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh yeah, I like it. That's what I'm talking about. Nice wide track. It's gonna be super stable. Yes, sir. Now for the moment of truth. What are you gonna clear? Oh yeah, definitely got plenty of room there. Yeah, got tons of room. At least there. Curious what it's gonna look like with me on the bike, if it's gonna weigh it down too much. But if they rub, I'm gonna go and just tighten the preload up a couple notches on the shocks. But anyhow, there she is. All wide bodied out. Looks freaking factory, looks like it came that way. Looks freaking killer. And I'm sure it's gonna just work awesome. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Anyhow, I hope this video helps you guys out making your tire choices. So I definitely would recommend these Fender flares to anybody. I'm really happy with them. I mean, they really did a good job molding them. Anyhow, one side note, make sure you torque down all your lug nuts when you're done. I know it seems like a simple thing and it's just an ATV, but you know, it might it definitely is a good idea just to torque them down. Just a little added safety. Well, anyhow, I'm gonna take and put this thing back on the tripod and see what it looks like with some weight on it, see if they're gonna rub. Now comes the fun part. Let's see how well it fits in the truck with a wider stance. Just barely fits. Just barely fits in between the fenders, but it fits. Right on. Cool beans. Well, let's get this thing stowed away and go for a ride. What's going on, YouTube? So, since I put the wider offset rims on, I had a little problem with turning. Looks fine now, and but when I go out riding, the tires actually contact the fenders a little bit. And I adjusted the preload on the shocks as tight as it'll go, and that still it's touching a little bit. So we're gonna try and fix it using a heat gun and a 2x4 in between the tire, and we're gonna heat up this factory fender flare and just flare it out like so to give me a little extra room rather than start cutting and hacking on it. When you're doing this, go slow and easy. If you see the plastic start to change color at all, move to another section. Don't let it get so hot that you ruin your plastics trying to do this. Just had a bottle of water handy so I could cool it off quickly. And it looks like I'm going to have to go a little bit more with it. And after a little finesse and a little trial and error and a little water, yeah, nice good flare out on it and plenty of tire clearance now. Well, that worked out perfectly. Gave it plenty of tire clearance. I just went and tested it, took it for a little romp, and no problems. And you know, side benefit is you get a little extra tire coverage. I mean, yeah, it looks a little, I mean, it kind of distorted the plastics a little bit, but you know what? In a couple years, won't be able to tell anything anyway. But for right now, it's good, and I don't have to hack and cut on it, so I'm happy about that.